Everybody knows that the bird is the word.
Oh, well, a bird, but bird's a word.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for some of the most rib-tickling, laugh-out-loud moments in animated kids and adult programs in the 21st century so far. There will be spoilers if you've never guffawed at these scenes.
Aw, come on! Boo! Boo!
Number 20, Lesson 0 Twilight. My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. Being the dedicated teacher's pet, Twilight Sparkle panics when she realizes she hasn't sent a friendship lesson to her teacher, Princess Celestia, this week. Desperate, she goes searching for a friendship problem to solve, with mixed/hilarious results in and of itself.
My letter to Princess Celestia is almost overdue, and I haven't learned anything about friendship!
With time nearly up, she decides that if she can't find a problem to fix, she'll make one instead. We really shouldn't be laughing at someone's mental breakdown, but her unhinged facial expressions, the dramatically crazed tone of her voice, and just watching a normally sensible pony lose her marbles are too funny to ignore.
Hi, girls!
Thankfully, this story has a happy ending, but it shows it doesn't take much to break someone. Number 19, a not-so-friendly game, Adventure Time. Even after they've tangled with the likes of Lich or the Ice King, Finn and Jake must now face their most formidable foe yet, tabletop gaming. Jake ropes Finn into playing his favorite game, Card Wars. The story doesn't sound exciting except for one terrifying fact. Jake is insane and insanely competitive.
I flooped the volcano!
What? That'll destroy your kingdom too, won't it?
Maybe.
He is hell-bent on defeating Finn, and he's losing his marbles over a pig. To be fair, Finn did diss his cornfield, so he had it coming. Jake's growing frustration is both hilarious and honestly relatable to anyone who's played a tabletop game with that one super competitive player.
I flooped the pig.
But in the end, the two pals get to laugh it off almost as much as we do. Number 18, Scrooge's Funeral, DuckTales. Supposedly, Scrooge McDuck has tragically passed away due to gold fever. Several of Scrooge's family and acquaintances attend the funeral with solemn faces, and then Glomgold enters.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough.
Dressed in bling and white, the short-tempered schemer dances triumphantly, celebrating his nemesis' demise. He even tries to dance on his casket. It's inappropriate, it's tasteless, it's too funny to put into words.
Help me up onto his casket so I can dance on it!
Glomgold completely ignoring all the glares, and all I do is win playing during his entrance is just icing on this comedy cake. Of course, the funeral is just a setup to expose Glomgold's latest scheme, but we're still left snickering at his obscene display. Number 17, Evil Beware, We Have Waffles, Teen Titans. Undeniably one of the most beloved elements of the original Teen Titans cartoon is how it successfully balanced the serious moments with an equal amount of comedy. One of our favorite jokes occurs when Cyborg starts upgrading the tower. He shows off a futuristic toaster, and Raven mutters arguably the greatest line in all of history.
Evil beware, we have waffles.
Even if the quote is brief, Raven's natural snarky tone makes it all the funnier. A joke doesn't always have to be over the top or absurd to stand out. Sometimes, good old-fashioned sarcasm is all you need to get a laugh. Of course, meme culture doesn't hurt either.
This is the future. If we don't keep up, it'll just leave us behind.
Number 16, Gumball Catches Banana Joe, The Amazing World of Gumball. Even as a Cartoon Network show, The Amazing World of Gumball has been unafraid to let slip a few jokes that kids might not get, but adults will laugh out loud to. One of these innuendos occurs when Gumball is racing through Banana Joe's house. He walks in on Banana Joe sitting at his computer, watching someone peeling an orange. With Joe being a fruit himself, this goes in several different hysterical directions, and Gumball's following reaction is honestly appropriate. We're not here to judge, especially with how funny the outcome is, but he could have at least kept his door locked if he needed the private time.
Come on, I'm sure it wasn't that bad.
Not that bad!
Number 15, Stan's Joke, Gravity Falls. How many times has this happened to you? You're trying to propose to your girlfriend in the middle of the lake when suddenly some old guy interrupts you to tell a really inappropriate joke, ruining the romantic moment.
Hey! Wanna hear a joke? Here goes. My ex-wife still misses me, but her aim is getting better!
Well, that's exactly what happens in the second episode of Gravity Falls. Grunkle Stan gets lonely during his fishing trip, so he tries to make friends with a pair of lovers with a joke. Unfortunately, the two don't find Stan's sense of humor amusing.
You see, it's funny because marriage is terrible.
We, on the other hand, can't stop laughing, both at the joke itself and how horribly awkward the scene becomes thanks to Stan's failed comedy attempt. Number 14, Unmasking Batman, Harley Quinn. This welcomed reimagining of the classic DC villains has given us too much to choose from. We could have taken anything from the Villy Awards episode, from Joker's scathing opening number to Catwoman's savage acceptance speech.
You finally realize you haven't let a single black villain win, no matter how much we deserve it. Black Manta's been out here for years as a marquee villain, and you don't see him getting an award.
He's black?
But we're going with Scarecrow's overzealous unmasking of Batman and the Joker's disarming reaction. Joker and Scarecrow celebrate the Clown Prince's birthday with the Cape Crusader finally in their clutches. But when Scarecrow prematurely reveals Bruce Wayne, the Joker only laments that the mystery has been ruined.
Half the fun of our relationship was the mystery!
His ranting about the nature of their relationship is a bit meta, since the fun of Joker and Batman's rivalry has always been in the chase. It's hilariously accurate. We also didn't expect Joker's biggest qualm with Bruce to be about electric cars.
Wayne Tech promised an electric car by this year. I put a deposit down. Where's my goddamn electric car, Bruce?
Number 13, Andrew's stress relief, Big Mouth. Let's face it, we all have our peculiar kinks, so it's not our place to judge. But when it comes to Andrew from Big Mouth, we have to raise our eyebrows in this case.
Knock, knock. Who's there? It's the hormone monster.
No, you gotta be kidding me.
With a little encouragement from his hormone monster, Andrew blows off some steam to a cat-shaped clock. Oh, and he does this mere inches away from his friend while he's sleeping.
Nick's grandmother gave him that clock.
She knew what she was doing.
The whole scene is bizarre and disturbing, but that only adds to the humor of the whole thing.
Sleep in it, pig.
In the end, the monster leaves Andrew to sleep in his mess, and we're left giggling uncomfortably, remembering our own awkward days of puberty. Number 12, A Teacher's Salary, Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. Even as one of the more mature chapters in the Scooby-Doo franchise, Mystery Incorporated could dish out plenty of comedy gems. For example, in the series premiere, the gang has just unmasked the slime mutant, and it's revealed to be their science teacher, Professor Ruffalo.
Then dude, who is it?
Professor Emmanuel Ruffalo!
Daphne asked why he'd need to rob a bank when he already makes a teacher's salary, and, well, there's your answer.
But you've got a job as a teacher. Why do you need more money?
Oh, yeah, my bad.
I really got ripped off.
He didn't even have to explain his reasoning. They just understood right away, adding an extra sense of relatability to the joke. Even though his approach was wrong, we can sympathize with Ruffalo's reasoning with how little respect teachers get. Number 11, Accidents, the Powerpuff Girls. Kids say the darndest things. For example, the Powerpuff Girls are introducing their new neighbor to the professor.
I'm Bubbles. What's your name? What grade are you in? What's your favorite color? What's your favorite animal? Do you like drawing? Hi. I'm Robin Snyder.
They tell Robin about how the professor created them in a lab accident. The professor just smiles and shrugs it off, and Robin's response?
Don't worry, Professor. I was an accident too.
On the one hand, it's sad for a child to say such a thing. On the other hand, the line came so suddenly that we can't help but snicker. The professor's stunned expression sells the punchline even more. To be honest, we're more worried about the parents who have to explain the joke to their kids. That's going to get awkward really fast. Number 10, Tina's Fender Bender, Bob's Burgers. We all remember how stressful learning to drive was. Sadly, now it's Tina's turn to feel our pain. Bob lets his eldest daughter drive his car in an empty parking lot with only one other car around.
Tina, you're kinda headed toward the only other car in the lot.
Unfortunately, Tina's nervousness gets the better of her, Bob's own nervousness being no help at all. They end up colliding into the back of the other car.
The brakes, Tina, on the left! You're about to hit that car! The brakes! Hit the brakes!
Thankfully, the other car isn't too damaged, but Tina still insists they leave a note. Bless her heart. Honestly, getting nervous behind the wheel is relatable, but the way the whole thing escalated with Tina not even stepping on the gas once is enough to get a chuckle out of anyone. Number 9, Mr. Turner's Shattered Dreams, The Fairly Odd Parents. Before the infamous seasonal rot, The Fairly Odd Parents was well beloved for its amusing running gags and savage comebacks, especially at Timmy's expense.
Timmy, this bike is as cool as you are!
But arguably, one of their most brutal jokes occurs when Timmy is helping his dad clean out the attic.
That's my tiny box of dreams!
Timmy accidentally shatters his dad's tiny box of dreams. Mr. Turner assures him that his dreams were shattered years ago. When Timmy asks how many years ago, ouch.
My dreams were shattered years ago.
How many years ago?
How old are you?
Mr. Turner was never going to win a Parent of the Year award, but the fact that he shamelessly roasted his son like that is sad for Timmy, but chuckle-worthy for us. He didn't even have to try and think of an answer. Number 8, Doofenshmirtz Burns Himself, Phineas and Ferb. Honestly, Doofenshmirtz has enough funny moments to make a list all his own, but if we have to choose one, let's look back at the time that he and Perry the Platypus battled it out, giant robot style.
Dr. Wexler, you're a platypus. Perry the Platypus!
Perry pilots a Queen Elizabeth robot, while Doofenshmirtz gets a fire-breathing dragon. Unsurprisingly, Perry is running circles around the bad doctor, so Doofenshmirtz pulls out his secret weapon and gets literally burnt. Honestly, it's a fire-breathing dragon that's piloted in the mouth. What did he expect would happen?
But mine breathes fire! That was a stupid design.
Once again, Doofenshmirtz's incompetence shines through with hilarious results, and the day is saved by Perry the Platypus. Not that he had to do much. Number 7. Voltron Gets Served, Robot Chicken. In the first season of Robot Chicken, the heroes of Voltron find themselves face to face with a sinister alien monster. But what would have been a brawl to the death turns into a breakdancing contest between the two titanic combatants.
We just got served, team.
Voltron,
represent!
They're neck and neck until the final act where Voltron goes down in an embarrassing display and just kills the alien out of spite. Series co-creator Seth Green cites this as one of his favorite sketches, and it's not hard to see why. Along with hilariously blending Voltron with You Got Served into a brilliant parody, we can't help but chuckle at the so-called Defender of the Universe being such a poor sport.
Served, 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 served.
Number 6. That's rough, buddy. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Yes, even an emotional, adventurous show like Avatar: The Last Airbender knows how to give us a good laugh.
Drink cactus juice. It'll quench ya.
While we still chuckle at Sokka's cactus juice trip, the moment that really tickles our ribs is this little gem between him and Zuko. They're discussing their respective rocky love lives when Sokka brings up the incident with his first love, Yue. Zuko's only response is,
That's rough, buddy.
while Sokka and Yue's story is tragic, Zuko's reaction is understandable. How do you respond to someone telling you their girlfriend turned into the moon? It's awkward, it's uncomfortable, but we can't help but snicker at this little bonding session. Number 5. One Crazy Chocaholic, SpongeBob SquarePants. In yet another underwater adventure, SpongeBob and Patrick try to be door-to-door chocolate salesmen. Unfortunately, their first customer is a raving lunatic who howls chocolate at the top of his voice and even chases our dynamic duo down the street.
Chocolate! 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 Chocolate!
For the rest of the episode, the maniac shrieks and pursues the two, scaring them out of their wits. When he finally catches up to them, the punchline is hilariously satisfying. Honestly, it was hard to pick just one gut-busting moment from this Nickelodeon smash hit. Still, the hysterical build-up and even funnier payoff make this iconic moment an uproarious cut above the rest.
Now that I've got you right where I want you, I'd like to buy all your chocolate.
Number 4. Peter's Anthem, Family Guy.
Oh my god, this is Surfin' Bird by the Trashmen. This is my favorite song of all time!
Do you have a song that you love so much you can't get out of your head no matter what? For Peter Griffin, that song is definitely Surfin' Bird by the Trashmen.
Everybody knows that the bird is the word. Oh, well, a bird, bird, bird. The bird is the word. Hey, guy behind the counter, the bird is the word.
The minute he reconnects with his favorite song, he plays it ad nauseum, sings and dances to it, and goes to extreme lengths to show his love for it throughout the rest of the episode.
Oh, well, a bird, bird, bird. The bird's a word. Oh, well, a bird, bird, bird. The bird's a word.
Yes, the repetition of the song might get old fast, but seeing Peter enjoy it way too much, coupled with everyone else's clear annoyance with the tune, makes it all the more entertaining.
Bird, 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 bird. The bird's a word. Bird, 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 bird. The bird is a word.
Sadly for the rest of the Griffins, the song still makes comebacks even after its initial episode.
Well, everybody knows that the bird is the word.
Number 3. Pickle Rick, Rick and Morty.
Come on, flip the pickle, Morty. You're not gonna regret it. The payoff is huge. I turned myself into a pickle, Morty! Boom!
This one moment from Rick and Morty exploded into a meme that shook the whole internet, right up there with the Szechuan sauce or Get Schwifty.
You gotta get swifty in here. It's time to get swifty.
To set the scene, Rick tells Morty to come into the garage, only to find that Rick has turned himself into a pickle, just to get out of going to family counseling.
Rick, did you do this on purpose to get out of family counseling?
Morty!
It's okay, Beth. I understand Morty's suspicion. I've misled him before. Morty, turn me so we're making eye contact.
The absurdity of this ordeal is amusing enough, but the way Rick's scheme backfires and turns into a struggle to survive makes it even more hysterical. Rick could have avoided this trouble if he didn't try to weasel out of counseling, but then the world would have been denied this outrageous meme. So some good came out of it.
Can you move? Can you fly?
Wouldn't be much of a pickle if I could.
All right, well, do pickles live forever, or?
Morty, stop digging for hidden layers and just be impressed. I'm a pickle.
Number 2, Cartman's Special Chili, South Park. Sometimes a joke is so absurd yet so morbid, you can't help but laugh. South Park demonstrates this in one of its most infamous scenes. Cartman has been butting heads with 9th grader Scott Tenorman, and it comes to a head at a chili cook-off.
Yes, I'm afraid this isn't your chili, Scott. I switched it with chefs.
Scott plans to prank Cartman with hairy chili, while Cartman tricks Scott into eating chili made out of his parents.
Do you like it? Do you like it, Scott? I call it Mr. and Mrs. Tenorman chili.
Yes, you heard that right. Cartman took the time to have some punk's parents murdered and then feed their remains to him.
Oh my God!
He even sadistically starts licking poor Scott's tears. It's all kinds of twisted, but we'd be lying if we said we didn't chuckle a little over how insane the whole thing plays out.
Oh, let me taste your tears, Scott. Your tears are so yummy and sweet.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Homer's horrific vision, The Simpsons. It's been said that some of The Simpsons' best material came from the 90s, but even 21st century Simpsons isn't without its gems. One such classic occurs when Homer meets up with Flanders while skiing in Flanders' suit. Let's just say it fits too well.
That suit's a little revealing, isn't it?
Well, it allows for maximum mobility. Feels like I'm wearing nothing at all.
Homer is traumatized and ends up flying down the slope. But when he tries to remember how to ski, he only has Flanders on his brain.
Feels like I'm wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Stupid, sexy Flanders!
Considering Homer's infamous feud with his cheerful neighbor, this is hilariously ironic and painful. And the additional pain Homer faces going down the hill is just icing on top. Even in the newer century, the iconic cartoon family still knows how to tickle our funny bones.
Jingle!
Are there any rib-tickling cartoon moments you think we missed? Let us know in the comments.
I turned myself into a pickle!
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.